So, welcome to Cat Chats. This is my podcast where I document my journey through writing, either currently today or looking back, because I'm starting my podcast now and my writing journey has been going on for a while. As of next year, which will be 2022, I will have been writing, if you will, for 10 years. And my writing journey started with fanfiction. And that's what today's episode is primarily about. It's looking at my journey with fanfiction and how it gave me the confidence. In all honesty, it gave me a lot of confidence. And it also did help my writing quite a bit to get to the point that I am at today. I feel like, personally, without having posted the first fanfics that I did, I would not be as confident as I am today. And that's saying a lot considering how unconfident I am about certain things. So my first fanfic was posted. I had to look this up, y'all. I used this date as a goal date as well. So the first fanfic I ever posted, I posted it on July 12th of 2012. And so I look at that date and I'm like, that is the date that I got up the mental strength and courage to post my first fanfic. And I want to, by the 10-year anniversary of that, which will be July 12th of 2022, I want to publish a book by that date. Initially, I had a goal of publishing a book before I turned 25. I'll be turning 24 next year. So it'll be like smack dab in the middle of the year before I turn 25. So, yeah, me, guys. So, that first fanfic that I ever wrote was a Vampire Diaries book series fanfic. And I had been reading the Vampire Diaries book series, and I really liked it. And I was just like, what if this type of thing? The first fanfic, it was called VD Facebook, so Vampire Diaries Facebook. And it's awful. I'm gonna be honest. It is awful. You can actually, on my YouTube channel, watch me read and react to it. And just diss myself for however long the videos are. Because it's not one video, it's multiple videos. There's a playlist. So, how it was, formatted was, it was formatted one really badly. It would have been so much better had I known how to use Photoshop. Because I did it text-based, and what it should have been was picture-based, looked like screenshots. It probably would have been better. I think most of my problems with it are its format. I'm not gonna lie. But people are still reading this fanfic today. So I guess I did something okay. 14-year-old me, go you, I guess. But it doesn't really have a plot. It doesn't really have much. It's just kind of like, you know what, it's semi-crack fic. Yeah, that's what it is. It's crack fic. I just didn't know what that was then. It's just off the walls, whatever. But it did get me to the point where I had something out on the internet and other people that weren't me were reading it. And that was a big step. And I was 14. So it's understandable that it's kind of trash. And I'm okay with that. Because no one is ever bam good at something. Unless they're uber talented and what's the word with the word savant? Is that the word? I hope that's the word. Unless somebody's like that. So, and writing, I don't think you can be like that. So, but after posting that initial fanfic that was utter trash, I posted another fanfic that was not complete trash? Question mark? It actually semi had a story. And it, again, was Vampire Diaries, but this time for the show. So, fanfiction, what drew me to it was, one, I accidentally discovered it. I don't remember how, but I accidentally fell upon it, and I was like, peoples that, like, have these, also look at characters and are like, you know what would be better? Or you know what would be fun? And that's the type of thing that they kind of do with fanfic. And I had never heard of fanfiction before I accidentally stumbled upon it. I think I was looking up information about a character for some reason. Like, I was just curious. I was a curious duckling. And yeah, that was great. And posting the stories, one was putting it out there, two was getting immediate feedback. I think honestly that is truly what gave me more confidence to continue writing and to write more. Because I grew up in like a really small town, and yeah, right around then, someone who had graduated from my school published a book. And that maybe also had some influence on me. I just remembered that now. It's been so long. But I had always liked books and reading, and fan fiction gave me something that was new but not new. Does that make sense? Something that's new but not new? In that I was able to read about characters that I was already invested in and I already loved, and I didn't have to learn about new characters and become invested in them. It's so hard for me to start watching or reading something new because I'm like, what if I don't like the characters, but I get invested in something? How do I put energy into getting invested mentally into something new? And fanfiction gave me that ability to be invested in the characters I was already invested in and to read or write new things about those characters. So, and it gave me an outlet that I didn't 100% have to create. Does that make sense to you? Because that's the thing beyond the confidence and stuff, it helps me develop my writing more rather than my creativity. I don't know if that makes sense. Somebody told me that if you're going to start doing something that makes you uncomfortable, try and make it more comfortable by involving something that you're already familiar with. And I wanted to try writing, but I didn't have like the mental strength or capacity, I guess, yet, or the confidence really, to create a character. But fanfiction gave me this, it was like a door opening moment where I could use another person's characters that I didn't have to create. They already existed. They already had things happening with them. And I could then just expand what was already there. Or two of my fanfics that I have are series rewrites. They essentially take the story that's already there and I edit a character. Like, eventually, I got, like, oh, I'm comfortable enough with this that I can make a character and insert them in this world. Some people don't like OCs. That's an original character. But it was kind of a stepping point, I guess. So, I should use that character in a book. There we go. Change them, of course. But, so, it gave me the construction blocks to create a new thing, I guess, for myself. Like, I needed building blocks to get there. It was fun, I hope. This is probably not making sense at all, and I apologize. But nothing in my brain makes sense. Y'all, this is an introduction into my brain for you, by the way. That's what you're getting. This is an intro to Cat's brain. That's how my brain functions. I'm impressed I've managed to stay on fanfiction. But first I started with, like, the characters that were given to me, the world that was given to me, and then slowly I made a fanfic, which was actually my third fanfic, that it was a one-shot. It was about 3,000 words, and it had all the characters in the world, but I changed it a little bit. I changed one character's backstory just a little bit, and it ended up being a major bit. That was not how it was initially planned, but it changed one little thing and created a fanfic. And then slowly I also started doing crossovers and having to figure out how to merge worlds, what to leave out, what to add in, type of thing. So that was like steps closer to manifesting and creating my own world for writing. And then that's when I actually started doing original characters. After I did, like, what pieces do I stick together? What pieces do I leave out? These things contradict themselves in the two worlds, so I had to figure out if I could make them work together or if those things just needed to be retconned for a fanfic. And then I ended up, now I have like this mega fanfic eventually that I want to write, that if I hadn't thought about that fanfiction, I'm not sure Shadow would exist. So one of the characters in the fanfic is an original character that I was going to use to kind of essentially make it all make sense in a weird way and throw in a whole nother universe to add it to the chaos. And I started creating this character and I liked her so much. I was like, I guess I need to go write her a book so that she can have, like, I liked this character so much that I was initially making for a fanfic that I was like, hello, entire world, like, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if in her world that they do this? What if in their society it's like this? Like, does she know about vampires? She's a witch, so what are her powers like? What about her mom? Like, what are her mom's powers? Are there other powers? Are there different types of witches in this world? Does everybody know about witches? Does everybody know about the supernatural? And it just world started to develop. And guys, it was originally supposed to be a standalone novel. There's going to be 7 novels in it that follow that one character. And then there is also Blood Rain is also in the Shadow universe. So it's like my own mental MCU, I guess. Blood Rain and Shadow are in the same world, but Blood Rain happens earlier. And then there's also another novel that I want to throw in there that hopefully is going to be a standalone, but I don't know anymore, that's also involved. So, like, the characters in my books will actually get to interact. I believe book 4 of Shadow will actually have the main character from Blood Rain in it. At some point, even if it's only, like, a cameo. So, yeah. That's kind of how fanfic got me to writing. Today. Mainly those little stages got me. And that was a very convoluted, weird way to give that. I could have done a better job. But you know what? That's how my brain works, so y'all have to deal with it now. If you would like more stuff from me, you can check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Catlia Writing. So yeah, or here on, I also have a Twitch where I do the live streams. So yay.